Well, here she is. Come see for yourself. She's primed, prim, and proper. I reckon you won't find a loose nut or bolt on her.
We're in your debt.
I'll say you are.
So folks, today I was wondering what other video could I make for you that I haven't really covered before. And I always do keep bringing up the title of Forspoken, affectionately known as Foreskin, because of course, I always thought this was the original game that Square Enix planned back in the day. Of course, with the consultative group they called Black Girl Gamers, who call themselves, by the way, an award-winning consultation group. When I get into this article today, you'll clearly know that's actually not true.
Yes, hallelujah, it's the video show. And now, the man the BBC calls...
Jason King on Kung Fu Hot Dog.
So courtesy of Smash JT's very own website, Square Enix enters the DEI death spiral. Now we've known this for a while now folks, it's nothing new, so the future is locked in. So Square Enix continues to slap fans of their beloved brands in the face by pumping out the gay. Yes, that's correct, they do pump out the gay.
And I was doing my hair and, messing around, and a note came under the bottom of the door. I thought, hello, it's the vicar wanted me to join the choir again. So
they've made a shift in their approach to diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI or DIE as I prefer to say it, embracing these values openly. Now, Jeff is a married man, so he knows where he's coming from when he says this with kids, despite having distanced itself from Sweet Baby Inc. on the surface. Not the best look there. So it seems that even though Sweet Baby came in, did their thing, got out, again, their skid marks, their stain has been left with Square Enix to lick up whenever it wants to. A horrible image, I understand, but I'm just here giving you the facts, folks. So what Square Enix has actually gone on to do, this is what I made a joke about on Twitter recently. They're talking about a Pride Twitch live stream, even though it's the month of October, my birth month. It's not June, Square Enix, what the hell are you doing? Their recent actions, from opening their own internal DEI apartment, which they told you they'd actually closed, but they haven't, to attempting to censor a Dragon Quest interview at Tokyo Game Show 2024.
それがやっぱなんか各国違ったりするんでね、広く売ろうと思うと一番厳しいところに合わせざるを得ないとか。
でも
当時そんなこと思わなかったですけどね。
コンプラっていう名のね、やっぱりね。
Black Girl Gamers, the same incessantly insufferable group who made up the term misogynoir. So if you're a dude who hates black women, you're a misogynoirist?
Misogynoir is not just evident in the gaming sphere, it's also in everyday life, and black women experience this every day.
And according to Wikipedia, the only other award that was given to Miss Jayan Lopez was called the MCV Women in Games Campaigner of the Year Award in 2019. So that's it. They're not really an award-winning company. Being nominated for an award and winning a singular award does not make you an award-winning company. So Square Enix, the reason why I've done this preamble, folks, because the other day I was watching Endymion's live streams, the second one he's done actually, and he brought up this video called Agni's Philosophy, and I thought, what is this? So it turns out, by the way, and this is why we do talk about the wokeification of video games and how it's just gone downhill. So this is a video from 2015, and this is the original inception of Forspoken. Just remember that, because I know some of you have probably seen this. I haven't. I had no idea about this. Hence why my the title of this video isn't clickbait. It's I was just astonished.
Final Fantasy 15を開発する Square Enix PD2 の田畑です。私たちのチーム
Ah, Direct 11. I remember that. That's Cindy from Final Fantasy 15.
CG を追求しています。今回、マイクロソフトと NVIDIA の協力を得て、最先端のソフトとハードを駆使した技術でも。
This, by the way, is your original Freya. Before we got the Ella Balinska version, this is who she is.
制作しました。ビルド2015で公開できるデモはまだ少しですが、このデモはこれからさまざまな取り組みで進化していきます。では最新のデモをご覧ください。
Did I just do that?
Well, definitely with my assistance.
It was not what I wanted!
I would have been absolutely psyched for a game like this back in the day. So I guess, yeah, back then it wasn't called Agnes Philosophy, it was called Witch. Somehow that actually makes sense. This is a good title.
Now you might assume looking at that that's also a video. But the truth is that's in-game DX12. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go between manual and automatic so I can shift back and forth. And when you see the word manual up there, I'm going to drive. So let's let this go through auto. And then I'll change the lighting and you can see this real time.
Can you imagine if this presentation was done today? You wouldn't have a masculine guy like him. It'd be like someone like, oh, hello. Here's a new game for Square Enix.
Again, let it run in auto. And now I'm going to take it and drive around.
That's a really nice outfit as well. Look at that.
Keep going through in this way. Let me bring the shadows in, take them out. All right.
The nice textures in her jacket are the amazing. Oh, you can get a bit of cleavage. Good grief. Yep, zoom in on that. All right, maybe not.
What's really incredible about what you're seeing is just the density.
That's really good detail. Holy shit. I mean, this might be a bit low res, but still, you get an idea what's going on, don't you, folks?
That's about 6 to 12 times more than we could do with the X11.
Look at the eyes. Holy shit. 16 times more the detail, eh, Todd? Howard?
I think where it gets really...
Oh, God, the hair looks amazing. Oh, my God. That's absolutely insane. Holy shit.
I think it's an
I like the bangs going down the side of her face as well. Really cool. Yes. It's a night and day difference, isn't it?
We are getting out of this city, Homer. I promise we'll go somewhere that loves cats.
Well, if this were a Sweet Baby Inc. production, I would say, oh, the introduction of cats and Freya. I wonder who else likes cats, but I'm pretty sure Jeanne Lopez has a whole army of cats in her apartment. Why did Square Enix think this was a good idea? Why did they abandon their previous idea, which I'm now going to show you in full, by the way, folks, and even better, this is a 4K render from the actual tech demo, which was in 1080p originally, but this person's went on to look at it. This is fantastic, by the way. Let's watch this together. It's only 3 minutes and 38 seconds long, but you'll get an idea of what this thing is actually like.
Hear me, mighty servants. With an offering of light and...
So you see, you actually get shades of Final Fantasy. That would make sense. I think this was meant to be a sort of a spin-off story or the next thing after Final Fantasy 15. I might be wrong about that, but you've got that element. You've got a little bit of Uncharted in there as well, perhaps.
Darkness, do I invoke the ancient pact of binding. Once more, the wicked stand before us, threatening the sacred communion between your realm and mine.
Obviously, with the 4K render, it looks absolutely spectacular.
Our rage forth and rain down destruction.
And that's it, folks. The actual game we should have had. In fact, there was a developer who had worked on this game many years ago, but he was astonished to find out that what he was working on then now became Forspoken. So there you go. You can hire the best talent. They can give you the best ideas on that blueprint. But when you leave the company and go elsewhere, well, they can just come on in and desecrate whatever you've done for the hours you were paid for. Oh my word. So farewell, the actual proper version of Forspoken. Instead, we got a ton of foreskin afterwards, which then ended up in a ton of landfill, which I thought was absolutely hilarious.
Você percebe que o jogo foi fracasso quando a GameStop do shopping que você trampa joga no lixo, cara, os steelbooks do jogo. Olha que vergonha.
At the beginning of this video, folks, I was going to talk about like why Ubisoft comes into the conversation, because when it comes to the back catalogue of both of these studios, Ubisoft and Square Enix obviously have got some phenomenal titles, right? Obviously got the Lara Croft games. I believe it's the Deus Ex games as well. I might be wrong about that, but if I am, I'll punch myself in the nuts much later on. But Ubisoft, I've got a bit of bias there because I like the old school Assassin's Creed games, and obviously the Ghost Recon games and Splinter Cell as well, which, by the way, the remake of that might be delayed now because of Ubisoft's striking workers who want to stay at home and do their jobs. Who can blame them? I can't. So Square Enix, what's their future going to be like? I would say they might end up going the same way as Ubisoft. Eventually, a company might step in. I'm not saying Tencent, but somebody similar to them, and will gobble them up, because at the end of the day, folks, we got to have games in our hands that we truly want to play. But now, even as everybody else is saying, you now have to buy a game, but before you do, is it DEI or ESG infected? Does it have any very strange messaging I need to be aware of? Are the characters sabotaged on purpose? Do you know what I mean? So, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video today. It was an absolute nice departure for me to go and look at these type of things rather than about the newest awful video game story out there, because trust me, they are an absolute dime a dozen and I still like reacting to them. But today when I woke up and I thought, what kind of videos can I shoot today? Shooting for the stars, and eventually came across this and the other one that hopefully you'll see later on. So if I were you, and if you were me, you may wish to return for the next video.
I just move shit with my freaking mind!
I souped her up a bunch for you. I should charge you, but I'm not gonna. This one's on the house.
That's awfully nice of you.
Well, just make sure y'all come back to Hammerhead now, you hear?
Count on it.